Sugar Sean takes on Pedro Munhoz at UFC 276. Sugar Sean is 27 years of age with a 15-1 record, 5'11" in height. Very, very tall for a bantamweight. The only guy who's as tall as him in that division is Corey Sandhagen. Pedro will be 36 in September, 5'6" in height, 19-7 record. Pedro is on a 1-4 losing streak at the minute. However, his losses in that time are to Frankie Edgar, a fight that many people believe that Pedro won. I personally had Edgar slightly, but I wouldn't. Either way, it was a very close fight. Aldo, he lost by decision. I thought Aldo clearly won that, but Pedro made him work for it. And then Dominic Cruz was a very close fight. He had Dominic Cruz in trouble early, and Aljo just outclassed him, I think, in that fight for 3 rounds. So Aljo is the current 135 champ, and all those other guys are former champions, and he has a win against Jimmy Rivera in a fun fight. I believe that was a rematch. If I'm not mistaken, Rivera took that the first time, so he avenged that. And he also he knocked out Cody Garbrandt, a former champion. Granted, Cody is not what he was in 2016, but still a great win to have on the resume. Former champion, and what the data suggests is that, first of all, in 26 fights, Pedro hasn't been finished once in his career, and secondly, only the best guys get through. Pedro Munhoz. So this fight is going to answer a couple of questions. Number one, is Sean O'Malley that good? And number two, is Sean O'Malley that good of a finisher? Because nobody's finished him yet, and only the top guys have beaten him. And the answer to both is, I believe, maybe he is as good as everyone, as he thinks he is. And I think, yes, he is that good of a finisher. I believe he will finish Pedro, but not before Pedro shows the world just how tough and out he is. Sean ain't gonna dust him early, I don't believe. I believe he's gonna use his range to his advantage in the first round, and Sean will take the first round. Pedro's gonna come on strong the second round. He's gonna really make it a close range, almost a dirty boxing fight. He's just gonna have to trust his chin and know that he's gonna have to. He's just gonna have to trust his chin and trust his cardio, and think that he can either take Sean out or take the last 2 rounds. That's how I believe it's gonna play out, and he's gonna make a fight out of the second round. And I think going into the third round, people are gonna be arguing. It could well be 1-1. Pedro, I think, will have more success as the fight goes on, but I think he'll know that no matter what, he'll need to win the third round, and I think he will get clipped. I think he will he will take accumulative shots throughout the fight, and I don't know if he has fought anybody who, for that weight class, packs a harder punch than O'Malley, and I think O'Malley is going to clip him with something. And I don't think it will be like, God forbid, like a Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson knockout where he just flatlines him. I think he will clip him. He'll have Pedro on the floor, and Sean's got those long, Inspector Gadget arms almost for 135, and he's gonna hammer fist him. The ref's gonna pull him off. Sugar Sean moves to 16-1, probably gets up to, number 8 or ranked 9th in the world. I think you give Pedro some time off, he still can be a good litmus test if you want to get into the rankings. And then Sugar Sean's not in a rush. I say give Sugar Sean. There's probably going to be a big Vegas card at the end of the year. He's a Vegas guy. He likes to fight in Vegas. Because it's less taxes for him to pay, I believe, and he fair play to him. He's a big commodity for the UFC. I think that they're trying to make as how shall I say this? They're trying to make a path for the title to him that is as suitable as possible to get him to the top, while people still say that he earned it. So personally, what I think they're going to do is, assuming he beats Pedro Munhoz, I think they're going to give him somebody like Rob Font, who is the number 7 ranked guy in December, on that end of the year card that they usually do, and Rob Font seems to be on the decline, so it's probably a good time to get Rob Font. And then I think, assuming Cheeto beats Dominic Cruz, and then O'Malley beats Font end of the year after this fight, I think you do, you run back the Vera O'Malley fight, and you could do it as a 5 round main event of an ABC card, or a 5 round co-main of a pay-per-view. Listen, guys, I've been in bed all day. I haven't been well lately. Apologies for the late the late videos coming out, but I will be keeping up to date with it. I really would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content, as it really does help the algorithm out. Thank you so much.